lot more to look forward to. China is next. The Chinese Grand Prix. Yesterday, the early hours of yesterday was actually in Australia. It's always the curtain raiser, and it delivered a spectacle to behold as Mercedes, that's George Russell, and his Mercedes teammate Antonelli actually started on the pole, and of course they ended it that way. There were a lot of glitches here and there. A safety car to be caught up 3 times, and there was a little delay for for one of the drivers when they made a pit stop. The tires couldn't connect on time, but there were just a lot of issues around the ball. More than anything else, we saw a master class of delivery from George Russell to take a comfortable victory in the Australian Grand Prix to start a new era of Formula 1 after a brief early scrap with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. We'll talk about all of that on the show today. Ramos Stars, the downward slope continues. Well, and they are not the only one on that table. Enyimba also have dropped into the relegation zone. And there's a lot to discuss in the Nigerian Premier Football League today on the show. But of course, the Champions League returns this week. Liverpool would also not be with their first choice goalkeeper, as he was not listed for that all-important first leg against the Turkish giant Galatasaray. We'll talk about all of that. The San Siro derby yesterday. What a show of beautiful football, of course, right there. There between Inter Milan and AC Milan. We'll talk about all of those on the show today as well. And I'm not alone. Well, the man that went on paternity leave is back. And of course, his title has changed. It used to be Agbatomi. Now, he's no longer just Agbatomi, because I don't want to explain what I cannot defend. So he's no longer Agbatomi. Now, he's Ambassador Agbati. Well, there's also Ayogla in the building. We'll look at a Nigerian Premier Football League, a little focus on the show today. What exactly is Remo Stars doing wrong? They were thrashed by Fidelis Elechukwu-led Rangers at the Cathedral by 4-1. It's not even the best way you want to describe a defending champion. Well, we saw Leicester did it. I won the league in 2009 and got relegated in 2010. It looks like Remo Stars will win the 2024-2025 season and then relegate in the 2025-2026 season. But of course, anything can happen in the Nigerian Premier Football. My name is Okoyemi Akinade. They come with the host with the most. It's a pleasure to have you join us today. I know you're driving home, stuck in traffic or somewhere, trying to, clear your desk and find your way home. We've got to cover because it's International Women's Day. Every song we play on the show today will be songs of, great Nigerian and African, and of course, global stars that have broken the barriers and put themselves at the top of the food chain. We started off with one of the biggest exports from the continent of Africa, double Grammy winners, Thames, and she calls that one Love Me Jeje. We'll have something from Angelica Kidjo, the most decorated African Grammy winner. We'll also have something from Tiwa Savage. So we'll have a blend of a lot, just to give you music and sports as you navigate the stress of Lagos, stuck in traffic. We've got you covered. Complication. Of course, like I said, Adetomiwa Banjo, aka Ambassador Agbatomi, is back on the show. So we'll explain the ambassador very soon. And of course, you know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu just released names of ambassadors, over 60 of them, and they've been designated to their place of primary assignment, just like core members. But of course, Agbatomi's ambassadorial role is domesticated, made in Lagos, refined in Lagos, polished in Lagos, and for the good people of Lagos. So henceforth, it is Ambassador Agbatomi, aka anything goes.
And his PPA is in Lagos.
May your wisdom not get dry. His PPA is in Lagos. His construction is at
Well, thank you so much, guys, for
Ambassador, sir.
For the privilege.
You're welcome, sir.
It was a maybe I think we just need to take it a while out, and that was last week. To settle some private issues. But yes, again, thank you so much.
Hey, what the private issue? They gave the ambassadorial title. Which one is private issue? Something that's public. Don't mind him. don't mind this boy.
Thank you so much. Anyways, thank you so much, and it's also a pleasure to be back again. Last week I tried as much as possible to follow the show throughout last week. I think on Monday there was a conversation regarding the to be or not to be of Michael Carrick if he's to remain as the manager of Manchester United. And trust me, guys, I think apart from the what's it called now, disappointing result that they got against Manchester United, I don't think he's put any foot wrong. He's had a good time, exactly. But just like you guys mentioned as well on Monday, right, the discussion that we should be having right now is Michael Carrick the right manager or the right fit for that job? You're talking about Manchester United job, which is in fact the most pressurizing job you can get when it comes to football in England. And I think he has all that it takes, to do everything. And also, obviously, I just believe that he's going to be leading Manchester United to the Champions League.
He's not leading them anywhere.
And next season, because I don't imagine a scenario whereby a manager will lead you to the Champions League, and then he will not be the manager in charge of the club when the club.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does.
I can qualify you for the.
I should win the fruit of my labor.
You can qualify me for the World Cup.
I should win the fruit of my labor.
Is it a free job?
No, it's not a free job.
Carrick is one of the highest paid interim managers in the world.
Should I give you instances? Mourinho qualified Tottenham and Spurs
2 days to the final,
and then it was
exactly.
One. Secondly, if an Eddie Howe can qualify Newcastle United
to the Champions League, yes,
and they allow him play the Champions League, and he's still
there. He'll be playing the round of 16 as well.
Yes, and he can attract big players like the Alexander Isak and all. Why can't Carrick do it?
I don't see any reason why, because when I was
listening, by the way, nobody introduced me.
Agatomi is still enjoying his ambassadorial privilege, so he can jump on the conversation anyhow.
Well, maybe after tomorrow, actually, we'll see.
Ambassador, see, that's the politician's language. After tomorrow will come now. They will say another tomorrow.
Send me a message. Send me a message to my WhatsApp.
I don't want to remember what happened 3 minutes ago outside.
These boys will not put me in trouble. Let's quickly pay some bills. And one would come back. We'll get straight up into the conversation. Are your life on Sports Cruise? Okay. I was told I will not due for advert yet, so we've got so much to talk about on the show today. Ayokla, it's a pleasure to have you join us. Canopilas are pulled off a massive and 1-0 victory, and of course the goal that scored by the man of the match, and of course the general manager of the side, Ahmed Musa. His story with the Mesugida, that's how they call Canopilas. It's a different conversation because it's taking it to a whole new level. The quality of that finish, a perfectly worked out training. They practice that move in training,
from training,
and it was properly executed. But for Rebel Stars, I don't want to align with some of the school of thought that I've been seeing. I want to actually believe that, give and take, things will still align. How early that alignment would be, it's a problem, because if you look at the table right now, there's Enyimba in relegation trouble,
there's Cʀᴜɪᴛ,
there's Cʀᴜɪᴛ,
there's
Bayelsa United, and there's Remo Stars.
30 points in 29 games. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, guys.
Bad, real bad match.
How will you have in 29 games you have 17 losses?
Not speaking,
and you're the NPFL champions.
Yes, not speaking good for the team, actually.
Maybe they should relegate.
I think that
if they relegate, it is cast in stone that they'll be coming back. That is if beyond limit. It is true.
Wait. I understand where you're coming from, but I can tell you for a fact the Nigerian Premier Football League, if you don't gather well, you can go into extinction from relegation if you don't gather well.
I agree with you.
I'll tell you.
Let's have what are like
Taraba United. MFM relegated from there. Eventually,
Vanessa didn't get up.
They never came to the NPFL.
See Ifeanyi as well.
Yes. So in Nigeria, it's extremely difficult to guarantee that if you drop, you're coming back immediately. Except your canopy. That was then. So it's a big problem. But if you look at a club like Remo Stars, they have the best facilities in Nigeria. They just renovated their stadium. They can play night games. They have training pitch. They have all of the facilities.
Everything.
Their players are well paid. They don't travel for away games by road. They fly because the proprietor is also the proprietor of an airline.
Yeah.
So the comfort of Remo Stars is the standard in Nigeria in terms of welfare of players.
Yes.
They are the standard. The guys go on
Remo Stars and
pre-season tour.
Barao.
Yeah, the players go on pre-season tour. They have foreign managers come take them through. I've been to their training to the Remo Stars facility in Ikene, and that is a standard facility. They have recovery room, they have jacuzzi, they have games room, they have
also at the recent renovation of their stadium as well.
So you can't exactly tell me that the reason why they're having a poor run is because they're not properly taken care of. They are properly taken care of. But guys, we need to pay some bills. What would come back, Ayok? We look at how much would it dent the image of the Nigerian Professional Football League if you have your league champion relegating the following season and the most successful club in the history of Nigeria, which is Enyimba, could also be relegating. Let's stay here. I know that for one. The Cağıɪ experiment at Enyimba has failed, and they are too stubborn to address these issues. Maybe they should go and beg Felix Ayasa to come back. Let's see that. But let's quickly pay some bills. We'll return very shortly.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Lagos, if you're around Egbeda, Shasha, Ejigbo, Igondo, Ikotun, Iyano Ikpaja Ayobo, Ikeja, Abule-Egba, Agege, and all surrounding areas, get your dancing shoes ready because something big, something loud, something powerful is about to hit the streets of Egbeda. It's time for the annual street praise like never before. Welcome to RCCG Rock of Ages, the place of refuge, which presents Loud Mega Street Praise 3.0. Tagged Benefits of Praise. Oh yes, we're taking praise to the streets. We're lifting Jesus higher. Featuring anointed gospel ministers that will set the atmosphere on fire in praise. K Wonder, Testimony Jaga, Shade Odetunde, Titi Yuba, Maureen Paul, Pastor Adebayo Akiduite, Beloved Eunice, PGI, ROA Choir, and many other anointed men and women of God. Hosted by the energetic and vibrant unstoppable pastor, Mayor Sylv Kadiri. Venue, write this down, 9 Jeza Street, Egbeda Bus Stop, Lagos. On Saturday, 14th March 2026, 12 noon sharp. And we mean it, no African time. Dress code is all white. Come shining and come glowing. Your MCs of the day, MC Ice Water and Aka Love. This is not just an event, it's a movement. This is praise without limit. This is Loud Mega Praise 3.0. So gather your friends and your family, as well as your neighbors. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. For inquiries, call God's Will on 0803 309 3811. The number 0803 309 3811. Don't miss it. Don't stay at home. Join us for Loud Mega Praise 3.0. Let the living praise the Lord.
My country people, una don iron clothes ready for the growth wey una don dey wait.
E don cook o.
Global clusters don set table for one ogbonge initiative wey dem call the 37 million youth digital literacy empowerment, wey dey part of the 1 billion youth digital empowerment. That one come mean say dem get target to empower plenty youth for digital skills. And how you wan take dey make am for dis digital world? Na to just download the Spark Up app for Google Play Store for people wey dey use Android, or make you go www.thesparkups.org on top Safari for iPhone users dem, and make you sign up. You fit explore the courses wey dey our app. This one na correct opportunity to connect with people wey sabi road na, to dey share ideas and be part of the conversation wey dey shape our future. No procrastinate o, no dey wait for person. Download the Spark Up app and start to dey make am happen. For more tori, you fit call this number 0706 628 1841 or 0802 643 9239.
True word not be cheap, my brother.
Finally, the opportunity has arrived. In today's economy, it's challenging to save enough to buy land outright. However, we found a great option that allows you pay in installments. Buy land with affordable monthly payments of 40,000 naira, 50,000 naira, or 70,000 naira spread over 24 months, 18 months, or 12 months. With a deposit of 30,000 naira, you can secure a 500 square meter land on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ogunmakin community. You'll pay the balance over 12, 18, or 24 months. And once you reach 70% payment, you will receive the land title document, including the registered survey and deed of assignment. The company handling this is Romel Real Estate, and their contact number is 0906 991 3779 or 0901 2978 380. Their office is located at Suites 322 and 323 BNB Mall, Kilometer 35 ηκε Expressway, Gulf Junction, Lakoe, Lagos. The land is near the Foursquare Church Camp and Muslim Camp. If you're interested, call them or visit their office. Go become a landowner today.
OneXBet. It's time for bonuses and wins. Download the OneXBet app from Google Play or the App Store and start winning today. At the heart of the game, OneXBet. Bet responsibly. 18+.
Are you ready for the development we've all been asking for? The wait is over. The Global Clusters present the 37 Million Youth Digital Literacy Empowerment Initiative, part of the 1 billion Youth Digital Literacy Empowerment Initiative. This initiative is designed to empower you with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in today's digital world. Here is how to join. Download the Spark Hub app on Google Play Store for Android users or visit www.thesparkhubs.org on Safari for iPhone users. Sign up and don't forget to leave a good rating. Explore our courses including how to become a digital entrepreneur and innovative mind, mastering creative thinking for success. Connect with like-minded individuals, share your thoughts, and be part of the conversation shaping our future. Also remember to share this opportunity with loved ones, family, and friends. For more inquiries, call 0706 628 1841 or 0802 643 9239. Developments we are all craving for is here. Join the movement today.
Praise God! Loud Mega Street Praise 3.0 is here again. Now it's bigger and better to raise an altar of praise to God with 2,000 worshippers. Yes, 2,000 worshippers. You don't want to miss this great praise encounter that ministers healing, salvation, and deliverance to your spirit, soul, and body. So please come, and let's raise the sound of praise louder at the Loud Mega Street Praise 3.0. Theme: Benefits of Praise. This powerful gathering features Pastor Adebayo Akiduite, Testimony Jaga, Shade Odetunde, K Wonder, Titi Elba, Imole Ayo, Shijuade, Maureen Paul, Israel Praise, BGI, Beloved Eunice, Okwesas also will be ministering alongside ROA Choir, RCCG Lagos Province 38 Praise Team, and our Blessed Dance Crew. Get set for fun in the presence of the Lord. Your MCs are MC Icewater and MC Akalove. This will be happening live on Jesus Street, Egbeda, Lagos on Saturday, 14th March 2026. Time is 12 noon. Dress code is all white. Get set to come shift the atmosphere in your favor through the power of praise. Our host is Pastor Mayor Silkadri. Loud Mega Straight Praise 3.0, where gratitude becomes a sound and praise becomes an encounter. Be there. Oh yeah, let's go.
Looking for reliable logistics solutions? Welcome to Boagate Global Limited, where logistics is redefined. We specialize in freight forwarding, customs brokerage, local logistics, import and export services, and even travels and tours for seamless, efficient service. Visit us at 13 Adeidowu Street, Aviation Estate, Mafoluku, Oshodi. Call us today at 0814-706-8472 or 0809-578-8867. Send an email at info@boagateglobal.com or visit the website www.boagateglobal.com for more details. Boagate Global Limited, logistics redefined.
Oh yes! He's done it! That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Milan 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set, go! Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth or.
See, music heals your body, heals your soul, it heals your spirit, it makes you whole, it heals. So get in the music, in the music.
That was it. Omawumi, and she calls that one In the Music. I think one of our biggest songs ever. Yes, apart from Thank God, featuring the late legendary Dark Green, I think Omawumi song, this one In the Music, or If You Ask Me, I think those are certainly one of set of the finest songs from one of the biggest music exports from this country. Well, let's quickly take some Formula One stories. We'll also run through result of games that were decided over the weekend. Then we'll come back into the analysis for the show. It's Sport Cruise on Milan 98.3 FM. George Russell took a comfortable victory in the Australian Open Grand Prix at the start of a new era of Formula One after a brief early scrap with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. Okay. Thank you. Russell and Leclerc staged a close fight for the first 10 laps with frequent lead changes before Ferrari's decision to stay out during the virtual safety car period took them out of contention for the win. The Britain led home Mercedes teammate Kimi Antonelli, while Charles Leclerc had to be satisfied with the final podium finish ahead of a teammate also Lewis Hamilton, the other Ferrari driver. I'm feeling incredible. It was a hell of a fight at the beginning. We knew it was going to be challenging, and I got on the grid and I saw my battery level and I had nothing on the tank, according to the race winner George Russell. I made a bad start and obviously some reality tight before battles with Charles, so I was really glad to cross the finish line. McLaren's world champion Lando Norris finished 5th, fending off a challenge in the closing laps from Red Bull's Max Verstappen, who recovered from 20th on the grid to finish 6th position. Lando Norris' teammate Oscar Piastri crashed on his way to the grid of his home race, losing control over a curb and getting a spike of unexpected power to spin into the wall. Well, it's a good start, absolutely. And Rose's position, 0.8 seconds clear, the fastest non-Mercedes car had sent shockwaves through the paddock on Saturday, but the race was initially much closer than the qualifying session. Both Ferrari drivers made the expected electric start, and Leclerc vaulted from fourth on the grid to take the lead at the first corner. George Russell powered past Ferrari on lap 2 between turn 10 and 11 by using extra electrical energy, but Charles Leclerc was not going down without the fight and drove past Mercedes in a similar version on the turn 9 into lap 3. Antonelli, who dropped to 7th at the start before fighting back past Lando Norris and Ajax Red Bull, then joined them to make it 4 cars in the leading group after 10 laps. They circulated together until Aja retired in lap 12. Well, that was how it all went on. The question everybody's asking is Lewis Hamilton back? Are you glad? Cutting razor, was it good enough for you? And does that in any way set the standard for an exciting Formula 1 season?
It does for me. It does. When you consider that Oscar Piastri crashed like in front of his own fans, and it was very, very disappointing for him.
He didn't even make the start. He was driving to kill on the grid.
Then he crashed. Then for George Russell, a big congratulations to him. When he crossed the line, he said, "I love this car. I'm very, very excited."
Yeah.
You don't love him, okay? For the last 4 years, they've not done anything as regards to constructors or driver championship.
Exactly. And before the season starts, like different drivers giving different opinions about their cars, about the teams handling of the situation before the season starts. So we saw Lewis Hamilton. For me, I think yes, he has positioned himself well right now. Him and Lando.
Yeah.
Lando
came 5th, yeah? Lando came 5th, and then Charles Leclerc came first, Kimi Antonelli came second,
George Russell came first.
Kimi Antonelli came second.
Ferrari 4. At least there's a Ferrari in the podium.
Yeah.
Ferrari were placed P3, yeah? Position 3.
That's Charles Leclerc.
That's Charles, then Lewis Hamilton after Charles Leclerc. Yeah. So I think he has positioned himself well. Now going to China right now, I think he want to do better. The course is different. But let's not even forget there's a new venue. Madrid.
Yeah, there's a new racetrack. So Spain is twice. So there's the Barcelona Madrid and there's now Madrid. I love it.
Before we leave this, what's it called now? Lewis Hamilton conversation. Yeah. Don't also forget as well that in the second year of Lewis Hamilton's last. It is true, because
last 2 teams he has gone
McLaren is first.
He has won the championship the following season.
I know. For McLaren, you know what happened, and then what happened as well.
Glue of Formula 1.
Obviously. He always wins something in the second season.
Yes.
He always wins something in the second
season. All right, so the top 10 according to the finish in Australia at the first Formula 1 race of the season. Well, George Russell of Mercedes won. Kimi Antonelli, his teammate, also came second. Charles Leclerc of Ferrari came third. Lewis Hamilton missed the podium by a split 0.02 seconds to finish fourth. McLaren Lando Norris also came fifth. Red Bull Max Verstappen came sixth. Oliver Behrman of Haas, and of course David Lingard of Racing Bull, Gabriel Bortolito of Audi, and Pierre Gasly of Alpine. Those are the top 10 drivers that would certainly points awarded to the top 10 finishes. Okay, what next? Formula 1 moved to China for the second race of the season at the Shanghai International Circuit this weekend. It is also a sprint event, so the shorter race on Saturday could deliver an all-action fixture. Well, Francis Ngannou will return to mixed martial arts after 19-month absence when he faces Brazil's Felipe on the 16th of May 2026. At the 5-round heavyweight bout will be part of the most valuable promotions MVP inaugural MMA fight card headlined by Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano in Los Angeles. Our former UFC champion Ngannou has not fought in the MMA since October 2024 when the Cameroonian stopped Renan Ferreira in the first round to win the PFL Super Fight Heavyweight Championship. While the world was busy talking, I was busy evolving, according to Francis Ngannou. Silence shouldn't be mistaken for absence. It is the sound of a predator closing the distance. Stepping back into the cage isn't just a return, it's a reclamation. My return to MMA demanded a stage that matched the scale of my ambitions and partnered with MVP to bring this event to the streamer series the entire world is watching. Ngannou's exit from the UFC in January 2023 was a massive moment in MMA as one of the sport's biggest stars opted to walk away from the world's biggest promotion. The 39-year-old joined Professional Fighters League PFL in May 2023 but fought just once for the MMA promotion. His status rocketed when he came close to beating Tyson Fury in a boxing contest in 2023, and he went on to face Anthony Joshua in 2024, which ended in a fatal knockout. He parted way with the PFL this week and has announced on Monday that he's coming to join Jake Paul's MVP. Francis Ngannou is unequivocally the best heavyweight MMA fighter in the world, and his addition creates star power on one card like never seen in the sport, according to Paul and Nakisa Bedarian, the co-founders of MVP. Lins 40 is a former PFL heavyweight tournament champion and UFC veteran who has not fought since exiting the UFC on a 4-fight win streak in March 2024. Let's take a bit of some tennis stories as Britain Emma Raducanu says she needs to be aggressive if she's to compete against the world best player after losing Amanda Anisimova in only 52 minutes in Indian Wells. American 6th seed Anisimova, a runner-up at the Wimbledon and US Open last year, raced a 6-1, 6-1 victory to reach the 4th round in California. Raducanu lost her serve in the opening game, won only 11 points in the first set and was 3 down in the second before managing to hold her serve. She says, and I quote, "While I'm playing someone who at the top like that, I think we have an extra 10 miles an hour on their serve than me. If I'm not feeling it, the gap feels more evident in terms of weight and shot in term power. I need to obviously be aggressive when the top players are playing, but I think there's still a long way to go to be doing that, and I need to use my strength and probably mix it up a little bit." Having enlisted Mark Apeche as a temporary coach after parting with Francisco Roig in January, Raducanu said last week that she's hoping to rediscover her natural way of playing in an attempt to build towards the form that won her the 2021 US Open. Raducanu, who beat Anastasia Sakarova 6-1, 6-3 in the second round, said it is difficult to read much into the game other than the starting point really, and we've not done so well. Today, I could let it go down if I wanted to, but overall, I think the days have been better than not. Anisimova will face 19-year-old Canadian Victoria Mboko, the 10th seed in the last 16 at Indiana Wells.
Bite your lip and take the trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip.
Let's quickly talk rugby as England will travel to Dublin to play Ireland in the opening match of next year's Six Nations on Friday, the 5th of January 2027. The following day, Scotland would host Italy in Murrayfield and France will welcome Wales to Paris. England entertain France at the Allianz Stadium in the second round after Italy meets Ireland in Rome, and Wales will travel to Scotland. Wales will face Ireland, England will play Italy, and France will take on Scotland in the third game. The Scotland will meet Ireland in Edinburgh in the fourth round on the 5th of March 2027 when the tournament resumes after a week rest. The Six Nations concludes with the 3 matches: Italy versus Wales, England versus Scotland, and Ireland versus France on the 13th of March. For the round 1 for the 2027 Six Nations rugby fixtures, Ireland and England will square up on Friday, the 5th of January. Scotland and Italy will square up on the Saturday, the 6th of February, and France and Wales will match the energy on the same day, the 6th of February 2027.
Do not obey, no mistake for say that you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day with just a little faith.
Let's also quickly look at an Olympian and a Paralympian that is doing some amazing stuff. Emmanuel Peterona on a Saturday, the para snowboarder capped his Paralympics debut with his maiden gold, a dominant victory in the men's LL2 lower limb snowboard, cross earning his country's first title on their home Milan Cortina Games. Only about 20 athletes have competed at both Olympics and Paralympics, while Peratona becomes only the second to compete at both the Winter Games. 8 years ago, the now 39-year-old had just finished competing as the second Olympics, a World Championship medalist in 2019. He was eyeing a third game in Beijing 4 years later, and at the interim, he won his first World Cup. But a year out from 2022 games and a devastating crash in which he destroyed his knee and sustained multiple fractures to his leg effectively ended his Olympics career. For a while, Peratona's only goal was to learn how to walk again. He had a total knee replacement, but never thought his body would be eligible for the Paralympics because he still had pieces of my body. Unfortunately for his energies, it was while he's visiting his own teammate in a training ground in Stelvio, to which Italy's para snowboard team up, that I realized it was a journey he could go on. I knew something about Paralympics world, but until you are in it, you don't realize how competitive it is, how ignorant I was. Now it's a privilege to be doing both. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we go straight up into football. We look at result of games over the weekend. I will also look at what could be the worst case scenario for Remo Stars at the end of this season. Stick around.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪ紜 and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Yeah, Mr. Lover. You know say I don't get wahala. Anyhow you like, I go do my dear, as long as it no cost my lava.
Spells.
Promise say you go treat me well, oh. Give me good love and no be kiss and tell, oh. No be say after that wine I'm well, oh. Make you no go leave your girl for inside well. Woyo, woyo.
Show, no be choice. This your love is sweet of paradise. Girl, we are my same paradise. If them put you on a paralyze you. No, baby, I can't do this without you. No, my love, I can't go there without you. You fit the acid ball and lay. Me, I fit you waiting for a balance. No, me a salmon go for your love. I go ship away. If I break your heart now, all is village. I study this your love for Freedom College. Nay, you too sweet like a young porridge. Baby, when they might
Of course, lover from former Maven Records queen, talking about Tiwa Savage, and of course she had one of the finest vocalists we've had in this country, talking about Duncan Mighty, the Port Harcourt's first son, as he used to call himself. And of course, because we're celebrating National Women's Day, and like I said, all the songs on the show today will be songs of women that have broken barriers and they've gotten to the peak of what they choose to do on on Friday, Real Madrid left it late for a very, very hard-fought 2-1 victory away at Celta Vigo. And of course, Bayern Munich thrashed Borussia Mönchengladbach by 4-1. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli defeated Torino by 2-1. And of course, the biggest game for the weekend in the French Ligue 1, PSG at home, surprisingly and shockingly, lost to the team they knocked out in the playoffs of the UEFA Champions League. Talking about Monaco, of course, Folarin, former Arsenal forward, of course, getting a goal and an assist in that particular game. And the FA Cup 5th round, Wolves couldn't replicate their surprise victory over the defending Premier League champions in the FA Cup fixtures as they lost at home by 3-1 to Liverpool. And of course, on Saturday, Wiki Tourists of Bauchi defeated Academy Warriors by 2-1. As Osasuna in the Spanish La Liga squared up with Mallorca 2-2. Levante and Girona also played a 1-1 draw. Atletico Madrid defeated Real Sociedad 3-2 as Barcelona had to rely on a well-taken goal from their young superstar Lamine Yamal as they defeated Athletic Club by away from home by 1-0. In the German Bundesliga, FCRM and Offenheim played a 4-2 victory for the away team, and Freiburg played a 3-3 draw with Bayer Leverkusen, Arsenal's next opponent in the FA Champions League. Mainz 05 and Stuttgart also shared the spoils as they played a 2-2 draw in a 4-goal thriller. RB Leipzig defeated Augsburg by 2-1. Wolfsburg and Hamburger, of course, Hamburger getting a very important 3 points away from home for that one. And of course, FC Cologne lost at home to Borussia Dortmund by 2-1. Italian Serie A, Cagliari lost at home to Como 1907. Como actually fought on the table. They are fourth. AS Roma failed to win yesterday.
Just their second season.
They both have 51 points each, but Como is ahead with goals, superior goals difference. Of course, Atalanta and Udinese also couldn't separate each other as they played a 2-2 draw. Juventus returned to winning ways as they thrashed Pisa by 4-0. Nantes lost at home again against Angers as Osrel and Strasbourg played a goalless draw. Marseille defeated Toulouse away from home by 1-0. English FA Cup, Mansfield Town lost away at home to the runaway Premier League leader Arsenal 2-1 as Wrexham couldn't continue their Nollywood story as they lost at home to a certain they call him Alejandro Garnacho with the Spice. He won it for Chelsea, although they needed a one-man advantage and extra time to separate themselves from a team that they could be playing in the Premier League next season, or could also be playing Tottenham Hotspur in the Championship next season. Talking about Wrexham, Newcastle United also lost to Manchester City at the St James Park by 3-1. Though of course Omar Mahmoud getting 2 goals in that particular one. Yesterday in Nigerian Premier Football leaders, Kano Pillars defeated Barao FC. It was a northern derby, by the way, and the former Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa was the player of the match, and he delivered the fantastic goal to give the boys 3 points. Katsina United also lost at home. Guess what? This is Kwara United first away win since 2024. The last 4 seasons, they won only 1 away win the entire season. So this is they didn't win an away win. They didn't win an away game in 2025, right? Now this is their first away win since 2024.
2 years ago.
Yes, they defeated Katsina United by 2-1. Abba Warriors also shut down the Stars from Ibadan as they defeated Shooting Stars 2-0. Rangers of Enugu versus the defending champion Remo Stars 4-1 at the Cathedral. Kun Khalifa also defeated Bayelsa United by 1-0 as Nasarawa United continue to push for a Champions League finish, of course, as they defeated the Ikorodu City 1-0. Plateau United returned to winning ways as they thrashed Niger Tornadoes by 3-0. Rivers United also defeated Ben Insurance by 3-1. Warri Wolves compounded the walls of Eyimba as they dropped Eyimba into the relegation. Give me now. 2-1. Don't leave me.
I'll have said the word, but some people will think I'm saying something else. But I love the play of words, actually.
You get it. Warri Wolves compounded the walls of Eyimba and they drove them into
relegation zone.
Exactly. 2-1. He finished in favor of Warriors. And the Spanish La Liga, the Yellow Submarine Villarreal defeated Elche by 2-1 as Getafe also defeated Real Betis by 2-0. Well, Akon Adams equalizer couldn't salvage the season for Sevilla as they played a 1-1 draw with Rayo Vallecano, as Valencia also managed a 3-2 victory over Deportivo Alaves. Werder Bremen won away from home at Union Berlin by 1-0 as entrenched Frankfurt and St. Pauli settled for a goalless draw. Lecce versus Cremonese, 2-1 in favor of the home team. Bologna also lost at home. Of course, Hellas Verona ending their 8 games without a win as they defeated Bologna by 2-1. Fiorentina and Parma played a goalless draw as Genoa also dented the hopes of AS Roma's Champions League place as they lost 2-1. Yeah. Of course, giving the opportunity for Como 1907 to move to 4th on the table. Well, the Italian derby promises to be exciting, but it didn't exactly deliver so much more yesterday. But AC Milan also dented the title hopes of Inter Milan. They are still having the advantage, but the other teams around them are also trying to wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are going to have to hold a thought.
It's still 7 points as well. If you take a look at the distance between Inter Milan as well as AC Milan, exactly, still 7 points. If Inter Milan had won that game, it could have gone to 10 points. But unfortunately,
it was a very cagey game.
Very cagey game, obviously. I mean, when you are playing the Italian, the what's it called now? The San Siro derby, exactly. Especially at the San Siro. Come on.
Well, in the FA Cup, Leeds United thrashed Norwich City 3-0 as Port Vale pulled up one of the shocker of the FA Cup rounds as they defeated Premier League side Sunderland by 1-0.
And they are just 3 games away from qualifying for Europe.
Yeah.
And
they are struggling. They are struggling with relegation in League One.
Okay, Southampton, of course, defeated Fulham at Craven Cottage by 1-0. Lyon and Paris FC played a 1-1 draw. Nice versus Rennes 4-0 in favor of Nice. Rennes away from home as Lyon and Lorient also settled for a 1-1 draw. Lens defeated Mainz by 3-0 to narrow their gap between themselves and PSG to just 1 point as Brestois FC defeated Havre by 2-0.
We're talking about Brest. Before we leave now, don't forget we have lovers of Brest Football Club all across Nigeria. We have associations, that a lot of these lovers belong to. We have a WhatsApp group now. We have a WhatsApp group. So talking about Brest, Ayok, it will also interest you to know that their win yesterday was their 3rd consecutive win in their last 3 games. Their 4th win in their last 5 games. In fact, in the last 5 games, they've only gotten 1 draw. So, now taking a look at the meteoric rise of Brest so far this season.
Ambassador, relax.
Coming from a place where they lost 5 games in a row this season.
Ambassador, relax. So, we've read out different fixtures and results today.
Yes.
Your adrenaline did not pump up this way.
It is Brest now.
To whom credit is due?
Yes, credit.
Brest are giving us the point.
They're
giving us the point as this season, and we are supposed.
Listeners, I apologize. Let's continue. Your life on Sports Cruise on Mela 98.3 FM. This voice will not put me in trouble. Alright, of course, games will be decided tonight in the Spanish La Liga as Espanyol would host relegation bound Real Oviedo by 9 p.m. as, of course, Lazio and Sassuolo would also square up by 8:45 tonight. In the FA Cup, the last game is West Ham United hosting our fellow Premier League side, Brentford.
Just move on toward your destination. Though you may find.
Ayok, let's get straight up into the conversation.
Okay, then.
If Remo Stars relegates at the end of this season, which I think it's almost certain,
casting stone.
Maybe not casting stone. Yeah, they could still want to pull the unthinkable. But the worst case scenario for Remo Stars, if they relegate this season, what does that say about the quality of a Nigerian league? And does that in any way whatsoever put a dent on how huge Remo Stars had been? They've been the most consistent side in the last 5 years. They finished 3rd, they finished 2nd twice, and then they won the league. Went to the continent, they didn't have a good showing. They are back and they are struggling. 4-1 they lost against Fidelis Lechukwu's Rangers International at the Cathedral yesterday. Is this a matter of when and not if for Remo Stars to go down?
It's a matter of when, but personally I wouldn't want Remo Stars to relegate, because like we mentioned earlier, personally, like they have one of the best facilities in the league. Like it's like
in Nigeria,
it's like
they have the best. Their training pitch is better than Academy Warriors feed.
Seriously, they have the best. It's what's like happening to Sports that is happening to Remo Stars. Sports have one of the best facilities.
One of the best training facilities. One of the best stadiums as well.
Imagine that new stadium hosting Champions League.
Exactly. So you can't even want Remo Stars to relegate if you really have the league at heart. If you really want the best for.
No, it's not about having the league. No. You relegate.
It's as simple as that. What's the difference between you can't bring in emotions into sports now.
No emotions. That's why I said personally for me, I'm getting somewhere with this. What Remo has experienced, I think the continent has its own dent on them. Personally, probably that's why they are in the position that they are now, because I don't feel they have done anything differently from the last 5 years that they have been doing. Maybe probably they just stuck to an entire idea like wholeheartedly, and they don't want to change. Probably that's one of the reasons that
if I'm Honorable Cʀᴜɪsᴇ right now, I'll sit back and be wondering, is this about me not playing politics? This is the worst Remo Stars have been in the last 6 years in Nigeria.
This is the worst
even when they relegated.
But again, how do you ask yourself, how does playing politics like translate on the pitch?
That's why I said I'm not subscribing to that.
You know what is not even politics, Okwemi. You know what is not politics, Ayok. So now let me also cast you guys' mind back to I think a couple of months ago, when Remo Stars qualified for the last stage. That's the last preliminary stage.
The money spinning stage of
to qualify for Champions League. They met against ᴜᴜᴜ that came here to Nigeria at the MQ Abiola Stadium, and they messed them up completely. Now let me also cast your mind as well back to the CHAN Pamoja 2025 that was held in East Africa. That's Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. There was a game, I think it was against, was it not South Sudan, Okwemi, that South Sudan defeated us 4-0. We had up to 7 Remo Stars, 80%
of that team.
You see my point. I said maybe them going to the continent actually had its dent on the team right now. Like that's one of the things that's
in my own. See, if where you say them going to the continent at the dent is when or if they are qualified for the group stage, but they didn't even qualify for the group stage. Okay, what should we talk about Rivers United? Rivers United
have a continental season that they want to forget entirely.
Rivers United even went farther than Remo Stars.
Of course, they went to the group
and they still have a chance of winning the league.
Them go to the CAF Champions League is not even an excuse.
Different strokes for different folks.
See, it is not an excuse.
I'm not even trying to defend Remo Stars right now. What I'm just trying to say is, experiences are different. Like my experience with you differ. Like okay, I come from Yaba probably, and you come from Ebutameta and all these things. Our transport fare is not the same and all that, but we are coming from
the same. We are coming to the same place.
At the same place.
It's not. See, it's not adding up, because ideally, the ideal club for everybody in the MPFL is Remo Stars.
Yes.
Because they pay well,
the poster boys,
yes,
they do everything.
Remo Stars is the echelon.
They are the standard. So if the standard is not delivering, what happens to the teams that don't even have stadiums and are doing well?
Have you seen the way Remo Stars ladies come to stadiums for their NWFL games?
Even the guys.
I'm even talking about the girls. Not even the guys. No, the girls, Remo Stars ladies.
All right, whatever happens to Remo Stars at the end of the season, I'm sure they will sit back and reflect on how certain decisions. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to dive into that theory of they didn't play politics. I don't care about it. Seriously. Remo Stars are rooted 20th on the log with only 30 points. Of course, Kun Khalifat are 19 with 32 points. Eyimba, surprisingly, 18th position with 33 points. They have a new manager, and it looks like there's no manager bounce on this one. Bayelsa United are also 17 with 34 points. Kano Pillars, surprisingly, are also romancing relegation. They are 16 with 35 points. It's crazy. Just 1 point of the last 2 position on the table. There's Wiki Tories, there's Kwara United, and there's also Niger Tornadoes. Barao FC are 12 with 37 points. Academy Warriors of Maiduguri with 38 points. 11th, Katsina United are also with 38 points. Plateau United are pushing for a continental finish, and they've got 39 points already. Following Wolves also with 39 points. Shooting Stars 41, Ben Insurance 41. Ikorodu City are dropped to 5th position with 45 points. Abia Warriors are up to 4th position with 46 points. Nasarawa United are 3rd with 47 points. Enugu Rangers are 2nd with 50 points. And of course, Rivers United with 2 games in hand are leading the table with a plus 12 goals difference, and they've got 52 points. Guys, we need to go. Thank you so much, Ayogla, for coming through as usual. We'll talk about the Champions League tomorrow. I got friend alive. Abatomi, good to have you back on the show, and it's always a pleasure. Taiwo, I thank you for always standing in. My name is Okoyemi. This program returns tomorrow, but don't forget there is Life is Good with Alex O and Cordelia Okwe by 7 p.m. Keep your dial locked on Mila 98.3 FM, because we are the sound of Lagos.